the final map between these two if Gambit can get across the line. Bringing in such a curious composition has drawn all of our attentions, and the desk even bringing out potentially donkey jet terms. I mean, I'm not going that far, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out right about now as we are going to be jumping into what could be the final map if SMB do not wake up.
And things I'm looking towards is, again, you know, some of the successes they found on Bind, being proactive on the defense and fighting for some of this territory. To wait and see. Here is actually a long. Be on a platter, no presence whatsoever. That flash going to give away some mid presence on the side of SMB. Chronicle now got to be careful, but he will spot this out just before the hit comes through. Might just be. Yeah, they're going to force their way all the way through to A link. Chronicle got to back away and respect this. Both of his teammates have pushed all the way through to A lobby, Lauren.
They're chasing so deep on this as well. They've given away that B site, and actually it's worked perfectly. Catching Shados in the back is more than you could have dreamed of. Now they get free run of things. Now, I guess the only downside is they may lose a little track of Gambit in this. As, I hope we can get those pictures switched around for you. But other than that, it's just the old switcheroo. I can see why people are confused. You've got the attacking side basically like they're on defense right now, but the spike is going down on B. So now Nats is the closest player to this. Going to peek his head through, going to find one, looks for the follow-up. A quick reaction coming in, but he does have Defo by his side. But that Omen, it's Brave, suddenly making his big debut, and no one's even looking at it. Wait, what has just gone on? Gambit just quickly got 2 kills. Brave's made a meal of it, and how has this turned around? Russ is now in a 1v3, and I do not know what has just happened. This is completely flipped on its head, and Russ is called upon. That's going to get to halfway. I don't think he can stop it going that far. Nats, what a play again.
Just when you think it's all but done, and I'll say it now, Gambit got away with absolute murder in terms of retakes on this map in particular versus Ascend. I don't know how many there were, but
Spike planted.
that is not good to lose a pistol round like that. Brave, sometimes that free weapon, Lauren, it can not act as intended. Oh, there should be 2 free kills with a classic. Should be.
Should be. I don't understand what's going on in this game already. It's going to be a wild one. I can just feel it in my bones, but fights from both sides coming out here. Gambit with the map in the pocket at its stands, but a round lead coming in at least on this now. Presence shown towards Sewer, so they're responding accordingly. What? SMB gonna actually lean. What is going on? Even Redgar's a little baffled by it, and I don't blame him. That's just so aggressive, but it's worked out at least for the first pick. But now it's that next step that's a tricky one. Still 2 players here in a decent enough crossfire. Shados, 2 flashes still to hand if he feels he has the timing to whip one out. I don't know if he does, but he's going to isolate Russ comfortably. No trade comes in. Defo wants to swing on the flash, spots one towards Sewer, but now there's problems for Shados. Maybe not. He's got Chronicle by his side, so there's no problems to be found. And there it is. Shados keeps his cool and his composure up against a bought-up SMB.
And that's a key point, because, again, criticized Gambit previously for these anti-eco rounds. So, again, looking to be proactive, at least hold very deep in terms of what we'd expect from Gambit. Redgar, yes, you could argue, overstepping the mark slightly, but a fantastic recovery here to secure this round. Really on the back of Shados. I mean, initially the bait is perfect. Shados able to stay tucked in graffiti, and I think initially unnoted for most of that. Look at this again. Look at, again, proactive, right, Lauren. They've walked C-Long. They're walking A lobby.
They're not sitting back, maybe playing into this composition a little, and I don't mind it. It's going to be a weird round, though. Could be a problem, and it is for Russ at the very least. The first to fall, but now there's the trade out for Brave, but there's so many more bodies here where they left off. Look at them, they're just mowing them down. Izzy's done well to at least get another, but Nats is farming today. He is loving life. Obviously not cracking a smile. The man is ice cold every single day of the week. The babyface killer for sure. 7-0, man. Look at this guy.
We'll see here if the trend continues, because, again, with that force, around ahead of where we should be, effectively. And, well, 2 rifles here. Redgar, again, opting for a scope. No ultimates available just yet other than the neural theft for Nats. A good opportunity, again, to gain an extra round in hand here. And this time, I'm going to sit back and respecting the purchase here of SMB. to see actually how disciplined the approach is here. Because again, another switch up. They're going to keep SMB guessing with these setups from Nats now. Chronicles walk in mid. Okay, just to deal with the turret, I guess, yeah.
And after all of that funkiness that was brought out in those first couple of rounds, it feels like SMB want to just take a second and maybe temper the pace a little bit. There's Redgar still posted towards long. Chronicle gets a lot of attention in middle, taking a big chunk of damage as well, down to 30 here. Molly in the smoke to try and keep control. Calls Nats over, and he's playing so close to this. Brave has found Redgar, so this could open up A potentially. We'll see if they lean into this quickly, and it looks like they might be.
Yeah, look at this straight away, though. Nats is so quick.
Nats is so quickly on the flank,
so quick.
Dude, he's reading this. He's just got the cheat code, right? He has literally been given that little booklet you used to be able to get for your games back in the day. Shados with a freebie towards Izzy, and now sees some more. Chronicle, he's still alive, he's still kicking, he's still got pressure from long, but he's holding his nerve, and look at Nats' position. They have to re-account for this, and Nats, the flank is so good. Gambit have got them wrapped up right now.
And again, it's the little things. Chronicle dealing with that turret, again, creates a window of opportunity for this flank to come through completely undetected. Again, they can go 1-for-1 on site. All they've got to do is buy another 3 to 5 seconds, and the byproduct is, I'm not sure actually where the alarm boss invested. I'm looking here at the minimap. Nats is walking through for free. For free.
Yeah, nothing stopping.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Man, he's got a read of this game right now. He's just full-on Matrix moding this. Just everything seems so simple to him. The timing, he's just weaving his way through the fabric of it. Redgar this time. Gonna opt for that C
last
hold,
one there.
but a quick play up through Garage.
Yeah, Izzy down to 49 HP. Did actually connect with the last.
Wow. Oh, more damage could be good here. He's actually tagging him up a fair amount as well. This should soften the rest coming up. Izzy, good connection. Finds Redgar, but there's a shutdown. There's a reply. It's so swift and it's so decisive. 4 quick kills, and this entire hit that had a little bit of something building behind it has been quelled. And there's Chronicle to catch the final player being poorer. And you know what? Map 1, they're going to do the same to him apparently. Gambit this time want in on the action though. They want that clean start of a run. 5-0 here in the grand finals between these two. Gambit mean business.
Nat still hasn't died.
Of course he hasn't.
Again, what I'm looking towards now, again, these first few rounds, you got to just throw them out the window. Supermassive Blaze effectively have achieved nothing in terms of figuring out any sort of weakness here. They haven't found any value in terms of these round losses where they can say, actually, guys, look, they're playing, you know, X, Y, and Z. Because the adjustments every single round, yes, they're small. But again, it just keeps them guessing. Brave actually going to open up here. That's the first operator purchase, actually, on the side of Redgar.
Nats is walking long. He feels like nothing can stop him right now. He's going to be able to get in between them, but he does get a fight. This time, Turco's caught him. The timing has finally been caught off. He's finally got a grip on it. The net has been cast. They've managed to catch 2. Big entry work from SMB, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered, but they won't get an easy step towards a site, at least. That's going to be Chronicle to deny that, but they have options elsewhere. You can already see that lean towards C.
This is going to get up here. The fact that none of these Seekers went towards A. No other presence shown. Yep. See you already. Going to hit this rotation. SMB have managed to get through, actually. No damage going to be done on the way through, and the wall actually going to take a little bit of chip damage from the Seekers, but still hold off connector for the time being.
Yeah, between Izzy and Turco, good crossfire here. There's the first. Turco's going to claim that, but there was always Izzy next line if needed. But Shados has found him, but it's effective trades with favorable numbers for SMB, and there it is. Finally, they get their round back off the back of 2 big picks as well. Those opening picks there, denying any slight aggressive leans. Nats walkabout, that deeper op play coming through. That's a really good way to start things off as a reply for SMB.
See if they can continue here.
What is this by? Double up?
Interesting. It must be nice to be able to purchase an operator and then in the very next round purchase one again. But I was because he was running the Marshal for so long, but
Defo and Redgar.
yeah, this is interesting because they have an op on both extremities, and really off the sound cues alone, this could bait Supermassive Blaze to rotate to the other operator, right?
Oh my word. Brave gets away with his life, barely. 20 HP, but he makes it out of there. Now, I don't know what picture you're putting together if you're SMB, but that is an incredible step for Pora. Finding Chronicle has at least put, I guess, Redgar on an island. Yes, he's got an op, but he could now get overwhelmed if Garage is open. There is still a little bit of utility there, so it's not completely up for grabs yet. But what does SMB do now?
They walk towards the operator. Oh, actually, no. They were considering it. Yeah,
The
well,
other
one
operator.
of them.
Oh, no? Okay.
Please don't walk towards one of the operators.
Okay,
Either of
two
them.
operators or Nats. I mean, none of these are nice options. Nats is still controlling this B site. Yes, they lost Garage, but this just puts a little bit more pressure, as said, on Redgar. Nats can see at the back of the site. He should get information on the push-up here. Going to see a little bit of the util come through, so he knows the intention. Wall goes up. Shados gets called in. They now know where he's at, but Nats can't capitalize on this. He wants to try and get there to maybe deny that spike plant, but he couldn't quite make it in time. But
Still going through.
he leads
Oh
straight
my
through.
God.
The man's feeling himself. He's so aggressive in this. But there's Izzy finding Redgar. That's one op removed. Now, there is still one more on Defo, but this should be SMB. They're in good post plants. You're going to have that KJ ult ticking away as well. Going to force Gambit back. This one looks like it's a bit of a write-off here. Lovely lean in. Great response as well. They maybe felt out those two ops, maybe got the information or just an inkling, but that B piece was the perfect response.
Oh, we'll find a consolation in the form of Rust, but expect them to hold on to weaponry here. And 4 potentially will survive for supermassive plays. 3. Nobody else. Again, this is fine to give one away there. I guess they're trying to. Okay,
No.
Brave will actually remove that. Will Shados retrieve it? He's considering it. I don't think he did. I think he held on to his rifle. Again, a costly round for Gambit. Massive investment on the back of 2 operators. But I love that. Again, with, you know, what we tend to see, you know, kind of cover that cross on A lobby. Obviously, Izzy with a cloud burst. Again, just on the back of that, it would be basically noting the position of one of the operators, but there's another one on the other extremity. It's almost like they hear the operator on A, they try and drift towards C. It's a great kind of contingency there from Gambit.
Mid walk. Redgar's just walking down mid. Flash comes in. Going to confirm attendance, at least on the other side of things. The turret's there, but it's not shown much. Redguard's going to get away with a freebie. Yeah, that's one you're going to take every day of the week. Now he can fall away. No one there to trade either. SMB just have to suffer that initial loss.
Turco has the res. Get a tricky spot to get it, but with Gambit reverting back, I think they're happy to give that one up, at least. And potential, actually, for Shados to flash out if there aren't enough reinforcements around this res. Oh, he's going to try and nade it. The nade could be perfectly timed. No way. Oh my god, Defo.
Impeccable work. And Shados is still here. This is very nice, but still, there's still life in SMB yet. This isn't over, but Nats is getting curious, and I wonder if he's going to once again find that perfect timing as the clock hand will tick a little further, but he's just going to push himself up towards Garage. Now, the spike is leaning towards C. We do have the camera there as well. This is the kind of show of strength towards B, but it's not pulling too much attention. Bear in mind, we also have the push-up from Chronicle over towards A. So now the C piece comes in. They are here at the right time. Nats is going to get himself actually in a really curious position. Redguard's moved up. It's Nats to find
No way.
Brave. That's a scary kill, and Nats is going to close the gap, or he's going to try to. This is incredible work from the man, just isolating players everywhere, making it so easy for the rest of them between Redgar and Nats. What a way to control the round. These two as a 1-2 punch just shut it the hell out.
I love that. Just a small piece there, and I saw it. I just caught it on the minimap. As that presence is shown on B, the wall goes up straight away. Nats hops into his spy cam, and it's positioned above C long, right? So it catches this information. I think it actually spots 2 players. It spots Brave, and it spots obviously Izzy dashing onto site. Now that right there is the reason you see no reaction whatsoever on B. And actually, it covers all bases, right? They can play retake. They can give that up. And seemingly that's what a lot of teams do, but Redgar, okay.
Oh dear.
Feeling himself, at least.
Not this time.
Will get shut down. Looks like, again, another hit and run attempt onto B site.
Now, I wonder what the difference maker may be this time. Nothing can really deny the spike plant. It's the play back in I'm looking at from potentially Nats here and Shados. Nats going through spawn side, Shados working through garage. He's only going to find one here. Izzy gets a great trade on it. So it's a number advantage working in favor of SMB, and they could do with a bit of that. Chronicle going to slowly creep forward. He finds Brave. He looks for the follow-up, sprays in wildly, can't connect it through the wall. Nats still trying to be a presence here, still trying to find something.
No
Spots out one, gets down one. Defo got Izzy.
No
Wait,
way.
they know where he is. There's no more burst to play with. Nats again has done it.
Nats was noted on that flank. They knew he was there, and he's still able to just buy 10 seconds. Again, they have to address sight at that point, right? It's like, yeah, if we can't comfortably take this fight and address this flank control, we have to fight sight. And Gambit, what they're able to achieve on Haven versus Ascend in terms of retakes, and again demonstrating that here against Supermassive Blaze, it's actually insane, Lauren. It's crazy.
I'm taken aback at the ability to work through this because SMB are so good. I don't think, again, if you've maybe watched bits and pieces, maybe you haven't watched their full run, you know, you tune in for the final, I don't blame you, it's a good game. They are the real deal. They are the Turkish superstars, and you can see it. Look at, you give them a little bit, you give them maybe a fight that they can take without Nats on the flank, that's going to happen to you. But now they fall back away from this. That's still on long. He's still going to hear this. He's got his camera as well, not too far away, so he's going to probably have a good idea that maybe they've fallen away from this one, but where do they go now?
Chronicle going to act as the insurance policy here, at least. I did see Shados flash into B site. No information on the back of that, but Chronicle now, I mean, Izzy got to be careful if he's solo. No, they're going to stack up here. Chronicle with it all to do. He actually hears. No way!
Spike down, seized.
Huh? Ult. Gets the gun out in time as well. Redgar catches Izzy trying to make his way out of the danger, and Chronicle actually gets away with his life. I do not understand Pora, though. Read it well. That's Nats now gone. Can they get back in time? Can they get to A in time? TP comes in. They're going to get towards Heaven at the... Hell for Brave at the very least. They have KJ there as well, so they've been kind of building up to this 25 seconds. There's the KJ ult. This is a good time buyer. Shados might try and find a way through if he can isolate that spike coming up long. He's living in between borrowed time, but no, Turco considers it really well maintained. The thought process alone is perfect. And now the spike plant, SMB have somehow turned this back in their potential favor.
Again, one smoke, the molly. I think a dash and one smoke on the side of Redgar as well. So expect them to still go for this.
Here.
We'll try and smoke off and get onto site here, and we'll actually drop through. Turret going to spot out one. Chronicle finds two, though. Turco will respond. One more left. Chronicle with four, Lauren. How? How do they keep getting away with this on retakes?
I mean, call the man Hassan. He is getting away with it every single time, and he can't keep doing it, but he is. I don't understand it. Gambit. They're on, what, 8-2 now? This is something else. And again... be it, you know, the Nat show, I look at this young player and he reminds you of, you know, Yakinda, this very stylish play, very, very thoughtful, very considered, but so explosive in the way he approaches. But Chronicle has also been there alongside him at this point. This clutch alone was incredible. SMB it finally looked like a round that they could have, Hypoc. It finally looked like maybe that was their time to get another on the board.
They absolutely should have, Lauren. That is insane from Gambit. And look at this now, Defo looking to get aggressive towards long, actually noted by Turco. Nicely timed there, and Izzy will find a second, so Gambit, a little overzealous at least in the early round here. If it can be recovered, because Nats is going to find one. Russ is noted. Will respond, actually. With 2v4 presented. Redgar and Nats. A bit left to do.
One enemy remaining.
Oh dear, yeah. That's been spotted. Izzy saw that from the back of the site for a good couple of seconds. And this is the thing, when SMB managed to contain those early advances, those early glimpses, it looks great. But it's so much easier said than done, quite clearly. But 3-8, it's still a bit of room for SMB here, but this is where the pressure's going to mount. This looks like Gambit might have potentially done enough, but we're yet to see. We have to see how this looks on the other side, but if this ends up even more favorable to Gambit, no, surely it's going to be 4-8. Surely, because they've got rifles, they've got all the goodies they need. Izzy's got ult, Turco's got ult. This has got to be an SMB round.
Surely, right? See here. I think Bazzy, 3 bodies already for Gambit coming across to defend here. Redgar opens up. Chronicle finds the second. Throwing a few more shots inside the smoke here, and SMB left to try and recover this. This is an absolute dismantling of Supermassive Blaze here. 9-3 for Gambit here.
Switching sides.
I'm absolutely blown away. Again, night and day from how this series started out, and Gambit in total control now. Supermassive Blaze, again, they've got to be rattled. They've got to be feeling the pressure. And now, honestly, I'm expecting mistakes on the defense. They're going to have to try and be very proactive to take these rounds. Because late round, I feel like Gambit win that. I feel like they win that every day of the week.
I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous for SMB. I really thought that round could have been theirs. They had the better purchase. They had everything they needed to work with. That could have been 3-9 feels very different to 4-8.
It does.
It feels so different. That pistol round could be almost not just map point, but series point leaning for Gambit if they get it clean. But we'll find out. Already Gambit going to be going, looks like an all-in piece towards A. No real sitting back on this, but a couple of players present. One being Izzy. Good start for SMB. Finding Nats is a great beginning. And there's the reply, though, and Russ is looking a little lonely. Defo just shoves him in his grave, and now somehow it's a 3v2. How do they keep doing this?
Bear in mind,
Turco and Pora, man, you can't be happy about it now.
the dynamic duo themselves will try and wall their way on. Try and isolate this player on hell, actually. No, wait, Turco still takes a headshot on the way in, but the heal comes through. Pora finds one. Shados responds. It's just Pora left now. Shados. 3 on the pistol round for him. And Gambit strike first in the second half, put themselves on double digits already, Lauren. And let's just take a second to consider. Izzy found 2 kills to open that round up.
Yep.
They effectively were. I think they had at the timing, I think it was like a 1v3 to enter this site.
Yep.
It's absolutely insane. Gambit are just on another level right now.
Haven't seen them look this strong across the board in a minute or two, but we're right back in. Gambit just charging through towards C. Plenty of players towards Garage, so they might get in on this. This could be a bit of a brawl here. Nats on the other side. And here it is. Yeah, everything noted, everything seen. It's Shados and Redgar keeping them away. Spike now to be planted. Everything looking like that red star on the jersey is going to be getting 11 on the board pretty soon. SMB, any chance to get something back in this just looks like it's dwindled.
I fear, I think Izzy and Russ faced with a difficult decision. Again, at this point as well, you don't want to feed ultimates. That's a consideration to make with only a couple of rounds left to play. Russ will find 1. Nats to fall, but Defo cleans things up. 4 will survive here. And 2 rifles as well, so... Again, this round 3 in the second half is looking so comfortable for Gambit. And they continue to pile on the pressure. They win this next round. They're on map and series point.
Turret out.
Give us something, SMB. We want to see a little bit of that magic, that first map dominance. Where is it gone? Gambit have just slowly and methodically taken it away from them round by round, map by map.
I've got your train.
We go again. Seekers straight off the rip. And in towards B. Gambit want this one decisively. They're going to take the side control. No one's instantly there, but they're holding the sides. They're holding those connectors.
Good, the plant down as well. Defo actually going through. Okay. Or we'll shut down that nonsense. But what is that from Redgar? He gets 2 in response.
That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Redgar should not be able to get away with that. The timing could not have been better. A reload here and there, and surprise on the other side. Chronicle finds Izzy. And tragedy is about to hit. This is going to be 12. I do not see a way for Russ to do anything. The rifle in his hands. Merely a formality at this point. The aggression, the timing. It was unbelievable. Unfathomable. SMB even caught off guard going, there's no way he's coming through that smoke.
Again, at this point, what's it even worth? Looking for the exit. 4 will survive again. Russ Gonna cling on to this weapon for dear life. Gambit now on the brink of closing out Haven.
Match point.
And Supermassive Blaze are not going to have an awful lot to throw at this round. I have to take a quick look at the ults, but the way these have gone out, 2 rounds where 4 survive, I don't think the progress is going to be great. No, Izzy not... 2 away from the Blade Storm, Pora 2 off the lockdown, nothing else close. A Spectre, a Judge, 2 Spectres actually, sorry.
Placing sentry.
Actually, Turco, no armor. He does have to heal, yes, but...
And here it is. The last go of things for SMB and the final hurdle for Gambit. Brave on the other side having to deal with the amount of pressure. And of course, it's Nats to get things started. Redgar as well towards Brave. We're down to 3 to try and deny it. Gambit on the verge of walking away in that first position, that first spot. Nats again, just coming alive, enjoying himself, just running rampage through SMB as Russ is your last man alive. As Gambit now moments away, and there it is. Gambit are the EMEA Stage 3 champions, and my God, do they deserve it.
And look at them. I mean, Gambit, the stuff of urban myth throughout this year, finally able to show us what they're capable of outside of their region. These guys have played absolutely insane against the odds this stage, from dropping to the lower bracket versus Ascend to coming back and delivering one of the best series of this event to earn their spot here in the grand finals. And then that performance today, just insane. I can't help but feel like they're just getting started. Now a chance to redeem themselves and repeat this very process on the international stage, and I couldn't be more excited for them, Lauren.
We have a superstar in the making in Nats. We have an incredible team to get behind for EMEA, and what a truly brilliant victory for the boys on the screen. You can see how much it means to them. That was a truly brutal way to start this best of 5. It was not an easy beginning, and they bounced back and then some, but this is the Gambit that were whispered of, murmured of, you know, the rumors of these scrims, these... As I said, these NA teams, the EU teams, the Turkish teams are all hearing about leading into Iceland, but now coming into Berlin, we have them in their final form.
Yeah, just absolutely insane. I mean, Nats has been a talking point nonetheless, but honestly, he has been the cornerstone of Gambit's performance. I'm so happy to see Defo step up today, because I know coming into today, just before we went on air, that was a big concern for me and you, right? And the first map, seeing the way it went, it was there. Map 2 and onwards, honestly, Defo for me earned his weight in gold today.
No, complete agreement. I think the hardest part for me today is going to be actually what's coming up right about now, which is your PaySafe card player of the match. I think there is one player who may be leading it a little in my mind. There's maybe one player who kind of had a nutty performance. It's got to be Nats, surely, Hypoc. Is that where your vote would go?
Again, I'm all on the Nats train. He's been insane throughout, and today no exception. Again, great to see him switch up and kind of make adjustments that somehow make him even more exciting to watch, Lauren.
He's a scary, scary prospect of a player. I can only imagine how he's going to look down the line. This is a young 19-year-old who's just getting that first real shot of things, and he looks so talented in so many different ways. But congratulations to Gambit. What an impeccable run from them, proving how talented that CIS region truly is and why it strikes fear across the board. However, that does mean for SMB a little unfortunate there in the end of things. If they can get themselves together and look more like map 1, more across, you know, the entire collective, different game altogether, but who knows. Not for us to wrap up. That is for the desk, who we'll be joined with in a moment's time.